Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to go over the forecast for the next few days and the future in today's video, so let's get right into things. We're looking here into the future on the NAM model to see what could potentially happen here in the future. We're seeing some thunderstorms going on for the south with severe weather including tornadoes being possible, some large hail and damaging winds. There is an enhanced risk of severe weather for today, whereas Alabama and Georgia. The storms are ongoing in these areas, so you will have to watch for those threats that I mentioned here a few minutes ago. So let's pass on forward into the future of what could happen here. We'll see those thunderstorms continue to move their way east through tonight into like around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Eastern. Here we're seeing these storms move east into areas of Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. Some rain and thunderstorms going on, maybe even some severe weather being possible in areas of Georgia, Florida, maybe a little bit South Carolina there. Also a little bit of snow going on up in Canada, also in some areas of the Ohio Valley. We're also seeing a little bit of rain going on for the west coast, also northwest. We're seeing a little bit of rain activity going on potentially later on tonight around 11 p.m. Eastern, which would be around 8 p.m. Pacific. As we fast forward even more, we see some rain moves into California, or it starts pushing in around 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. We're also seeing a little bit of snow here in the Ohio Valley. It looks pretty light, nothing too major that I'm seeing, but potentially a heavy snowstorm or maybe blizzard here in Canada going on. Not quite though here in the United States, or very clipping parts of the northeast. Also some rain showers and thunderstorms going on for areas of the southeast and a little bit of the northeast going on. As we fast forward even more, we see that rain moves into California, causing even more flash flooding being possible. Also, some snow in the Ohio Valley, moving into some areas in the northeast with maybe a little bit heavier snow by around noon tomorrow. So around lunchtime, we may see some snow up there around northern New York potentially. As we fast forward even more into the future, see that snow continues for areas of the Ohio Valley. Maybe it gets a little more heavier here in eastern Ohio, areas of West Virginia, Pennsylvania, maybe a little bit of snow, maybe a little bit of light snow also here in New York, Vermont, maybe a little bit in New Hampshire. And then we see some rain and snow going on for areas of the Northwest and California there. We're still seeing some rain and snow, causing flash flooding and heavy snow amounts. As we fast forward even more, we see that snow continue for areas of West Virginia, Pennsylvania there. Also some rain and storms here on the west coast. It becomes even more heavier as we head into the day on Saturday, close to around 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time, in these areas in California, with flash flooding being pretty much likely and potentially some heavy snow being likely too here in the mountain areas here. Also seeing a little bit of snow up here in areas of Washington and Oregon. Ahead of this, we may be seeing a little bit of snow going on in areas of Idaho, Montana, areas of Utah, Arizona, potentially some snow / rain going on, a little mixture of both. And then as we head to the end of this model run, which is Sunday at midnight Eastern time, we're seeing a lot of rain and snow going on for areas of the western United States going on. And then we see a lot of that snow dissipates in areas of the Ohio Valley, luckily by this time, so we're not seeing as much snow, and maybe just a tiny bit of rain near the northeast. Now we're taking a look at our snow totals here. We're seeing quite a bit of at least a dusting for a lot of areas here in the Ohio Valley, into some areas in the northeast, seeing at least a dusting in those gray shades. As we head into those lighter blue shades, we're seeing about 2 inches of snow being possible from Ohio all the way up to areas of Maine, potentially up to 2 inches of snow being possible. Then when we get to those purples, there we're seeing about 6 inches or more being possible. We're seeing some isolated areas down here in Ohio and Pennsylvania and New York. We're also seeing quite a bit of purples up here in Maine, where we could see 6 inches or more being possible. And then northern New York, maybe up to 6-7 inches, maybe a little more in some areas. Then as we head into those pink shades, we're potentially seeing up to close to a foot or more being possible here into areas in northern Maine. Here we'll have to watch for a lot of snow. Look at how much snow here in Canada. Big area of foot or more being possible. The max is 27.4 inches of snow, which is 2 feet of snow, which is crazy from this system. So be careful, be ready for some snow, if you're in any of these areas in the blue shades or even the dusting area, be prepared for at least a little bit of snow being possible. We're looking at the rainfall totals from the NAM model showing up to potentially a lot of rain being possible for these areas. The red areas meaning 2 inches or more, all the way into Southern California seeing 2 inches or more, and quite widespread 2 inches or more in Northern California here in this area that I have shaded in the pen here. Some of this area does include our snow area, so we may see more snow than rain in these areas, but still quite a bit of snow going to be possible in those areas, and then potentially flooding here in areas of the west coast of California, where we could potentially see up to 2 inches or more, even some areas getting up to 10 inches. It looks like they're right off the coast, close to, we're seeing about 10 inches of rain being possible, so this is a pretty bad situation going on. We've already seen so much rain so far from our last few systems, and now we're going to see even more rain for areas of California with this atmospheric river. So you want to prepare if you're here in California for even more rain being possible. The max is 16.1 inches of rain being possible, so you want to make sure you're prepared in these areas of California and even potentially some areas of Oregon up there, so definitely we'll have to watch that. We're looking onto the future on the GFS to see what could happen potentially farther out here. We're seeing that storm continue to move in the eastern United States, going to cause some snow up in Canada, so definitely something to watch. Also, maybe we'll have to watch maybe for a little bit of flash flood threat up in the northeast with some of those rain and thunderstorms, but it's not as major as what California is going to see. Potentially even more rain and snow going on. And we're going to have to watch here as we head into Monday next week. We're going to see a storm system potentially develop across the central plains here in areas of like Arkansas, Missouri, maybe even some areas up in the Midwest near Iowa, Wisconsin. We'll have to watch for maybe some rain and thunderstorms going on, and maybe even some severe weather we'll have to watch very closely. We're also seeing quite a bit of rain and snow still going on for areas of California by Monday next week, which still is going to cause flash flooding to be possible. As we fast forward even more, we potentially see another storm system move into the central United States, and this one looks a little more concerning if the GFS is right here. It's showing a potential storm with maybe severe weather on the southern side and potentially a big winter storm or maybe even a blizzard on the backside that we'll have to watch, as this is new data coming out. And the Euro, it's showing a potential storm coming here, but it's not as major as what the GFS is showing. But still, something we're going to have to watch very closely. It takes a more southern track, but we'll have to watch this storm here for sure, because we could potentially be seeing rain and snow being possible for areas of the Central Plains and Midwest here. And it looks like California might see a break, at least Southern California, by Wednesday next week. Maybe just a little bit of a break, at least from the rain here. Now as we fast forward, this storm will move east, some snow in the western United States here, and then that storm moves out. And it looks like California stays clear maybe for a little while before another storm comes in by Sunday, maybe 22nd of January potentially, and maybe another snowstorm will develop across the Central Plains. But it's a little far out to say for sure if this is going to happen. We'll have to watch it. We're going to watch our potential next storm here, but we're quite a few days out, so I wouldn't be too concerned about it. Now we're looking at our total precipitation just to show you how much rain potentially California could see here. Look at this. We could still be seeing quite a bit of rain, a large area of 2 to actually 4 inches or more being possible for Northern California, and even some areas of 10 inches or more in the mountain areas, with more likely being snow, but still a lot of precipitation and potentially flash flooding on the coast there, where we're seeing those whites up to 7 inches of rain being possible. This is all the way out to 21st of January. I did want to show you how much rain you could see. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe, and share. It'd all be appreciated. And see you guys in the next video or stream.